The train clattered over the Yalu River, its wheels echoing with a sense of finality as we left China behind. With every turn of the wheels, the familiar faded away, replaced by the unknown as we entered North Korea, a place shrouded in secrecy and myth. Stepping onto the Sinuiju platform felt like landing on another planet. Everything was different, even the air itself seemed heavier, charged with anticipation. My heart raced with curiosity, not fear. I was eager to see what lay beyond the stories I'd heard. This was no ordinary trip. It was a rare chance to see beyond the headlines, to witness a world few outsiders ever glimpse. The border checks were meticulous, every item in my bag inspected, my passport scrutinized with unwavering attention. The process was slow, deliberate, and left no room for error. The message was clear: here you are a guest, and there are rules that must be followed, no exceptions. My journey was tightly scripted, every movement planned in advance, leaving no room for improvisation or wandering curiosity. As the train rolled toward Pyongyang, I watched green fields and small villages pass by, no billboards, just murals of leaders watching over the land, their faces ever present. The contrast to my world was stark, and I felt both excitement and humility, realizing how little I truly knew about this place. I was a visitor in a proud, complex nation, determined to observe with respect and an open mind, aware of the privilege and responsibility that came with my presence. The countryside outside my window wasn't just scenery, it was a story waiting to be read, a landscape shaped by history and resilience. I realized quickly this journey would change me, challenging my assumptions and expanding my perspective with every passing mile. Every moment here was new, every detail a memory in the making, each encounter a chance to learn something unexpected. The sense of anticipation was overwhelming, a mix of nerves and wonder that kept me alert to every sound and sight. I was ready to learn, to listen, and to see North Korea for myself, determined to look beyond the surface and understand its deeper truths. My adventure had just begun, and I knew that every step forward would reveal a new layer of this enigmatic land. Dawn in Pyongyang arrived with a patriotic melody piped through hotel speakers, a surreal, oddly charming wake-up call that felt both foreign and strangely comforting. The music, echoing through the halls, was a reminder that here, every day begins with a sense of collective purpose. From my window at the Yanggakdo Hotel, I watched the city stir, commuters cycling, walking, all in calm order. The streets below were already alive with quiet activity, yet there was a sense of discipline and routine that set Pyongyang apart from any other city I'd visited. After a simple breakfast, I met my guides, one serious, one bright and friendly, who greeted me with polite smiles and a planned itinerary. Their presence was reassuring, yet a constant reminder that every moment here was carefully managed. In North Korea you don't wander, you're escorted everywhere. Every step outside the hotel was accompanied, every destination predetermined. Our minibus glided through wide, spotless streets lined with imposing buildings and political slogans, not advertisements. The absence of commercial clutter made the city feel almost like a stage set, designed to impress and instruct. The city's scale and order were striking, almost intimidating. Everything seemed larger than life, built to convey power and unity. My guides answered questions within safe boundaries, sharing pride in their country, and curiosity about mine. Their stories were carefully chosen, but their interest in my perspective was genuine. Every conversation was carefully steered, but genuine moments shone through. Sometimes a shared laugh or a candid glance revealed a bit of common humanity beneath the surface. That first morning drive set the tone, a journey of spectacle guided by friendly but firm hands. The city unfolded before us, each landmark introduced with pride and precision. Every sight, every word, was part of a larger narrative. I realized quickly that what I saw was only what I was meant to see, each moment curated for my experience. Pyongyang was unlike any city I'd known. Its grandeur, its silence, and its sense of purpose were both fascinating and unsettling. I was both guest and observer, immersed in a world meticulously curated for outsiders. Every interaction, every view, was part of a carefully constructed reality. The day had only just begun, but already I felt the weight of its uniqueness, and the anticipation of what else this extraordinary city might reveal. In North Korea, etiquette is everything. The most important rule: never go anywhere without your guides. They're not just tour leaders, they're your guardians, and your actions reflect on them. The itinerary is fixed, freedom is limited, but accepting this is key to a smooth visit. Photography is tightly controlled. Monuments and landscapes? Yes. Soldiers or anything unflattering? Absolutely not. Always ask before taking a photo. It's a sign of respect. Showing reverence to the leaders is non-negotiable. At statues or portraits, you bow deeply. No exceptions. For locals, these figures are more than politicians. They're national icons. Even small gestures matter. Never crease a newspaper with a leader's image, and point with your whole hand, not a finger. These details may seem minor, but they're part of a culture of deep respect. Navigating this world means constant awareness of your actions. It's not about surrendering your beliefs, but about being a courteous guest. Every gesture is a dance of diplomacy. Learn the steps quickly, and you'll be welcomed. Respect is the true passport here. Pyongyang's monuments are colossal, designed to awe. Their sheer scale and symmetry dominate the skyline, each structure meticulously placed to convey power and unity. At the Mansudae Grand Monument, we laid flowers and bowed before towering statues of Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il, an act of solemn ritual that felt both personal and collective, a moment of shared reverence. Locals, from schoolchildren to soldiers, did the same, their reverence palpable. The atmosphere was thick with respect, as if the entire city paused to pay homage. The Juche Tower, a granite spire, offered panoramic views of a city built with geometric precision and ideological intent. From above, Pyongyang's avenues radiate outward, each one telling a story of ambition and control. My guide pointed out landmarks with pride, the city's order and ambition impossible to ignore. Every building, every plaza seemed to serve a purpose beyond the practical. The Kumsusan Palace of the Sun, the leader's mausoleum, was the most intense stop. Formal dress, silent halls, and a surreal glimpse of preserved leaders. The air inside was heavy with history and expectation. The experience was both theatrical and deeply moving, a blend of spectacle and sincerity that left a lasting impression. Visiting these sites, I felt awe at the scale, but also the sense of being part of a grand, state-directed performance. Every gesture, every ritual seemed choreographed for maximum impact. The devotion here is almost religious in its intensity, binding people together in a shared narrative of pride and sacrifice. These aren't just buildings. They're the nation's soul made visible, each monument a testament to collective memory and identity. The emotional impact is overwhelming and unforgettable, lingering long after you leave the site. You leave with a deeper, if still incomplete, understanding of what shapes life in the DPRK, a place where history, ideology, and daily existence are inseparable. Every monument is a lesson in history, ideology, and national pride, etched in stone and bronze for all to see. The city itself feels like a living museum, where the past and present merge in concrete and marble. In Pyongyang, architecture is propaganda, and art, a powerful language that speaks volumes about the nation's dreams and its reality. Most interactions are with your guides, educated, witty, and sometimes surprisingly candid. Building rapport opens small windows into their lives and, occasionally, their dreams. Spontaneous exchanges with ordinary North Koreans are rare, but a smile or nod in a park can bridge worlds. I remember a fleeting moment on the metro. Students, shy but curious, asked where I was from. England, I replied. Manchester United, one grinned, and for a moment we were just people talking football. These brief connections are the heart of travel here. A waitress teaching you thank you in Korean, a child waving at your bus. These moments linger. They remind you that beneath the politics, people are simply living their lives. The grand monuments may fade, but these human moments endure. North Korea is not just its government, it's its people. Even the smallest connection is a treasure. That's what makes the journey truly meaningful. Meals in North Korea are a cultural showcase, served in restaurants for foreigners with impressive care. Tables overflow with banchan, kimchi, pickled vegetables, pancakes, and more. Pyongyang cold noodles, served in chilled broth, are a local specialty, as are sizzling Korean barbecues cooked at your table. My guides explained dining etiquette: wait for elders, use chopsticks skillfully, and always show appreciation. Laughter over my chopstick technique broke the ice. Meals were accompanied by local beer or soju, adding warmth to the experience. Often staff in traditional dress performed songs, making dinner feel like a celebration. Dining here is about more than food, it's about hospitality and pride. Every meal was a highlight, a chance to connect and learn. The flavors lingered long after the plates were cleared. Food became another bridge to understanding. Safety in North Korea is simple. Follow the rules, trust your guides, and don't test boundaries. Your guides are responsible for you. Cooperate fully and never argue or deceive. Stay with the group, avoid prohibited photos, and be mindful of what you bring in or out. Luggage checks are thorough. Leave controversial items at home. Accept the lack of personal freedom. No solo walks or spontaneous detours. Embrace the structure, use downtime to reflect, and ask questions within safe limits. Safety is about attitude. Arrive open-minded, respectful, and willing to learn. North Koreans respond well to genuine curiosity and courtesy. Any unease usually comes from failing to adapt. Be polite, patient, and prudent, and your journey will be safe and rewarding. In North Korea, sensibility is your best safeguard. Visiting North Korea is as much an emotional journey as a physical one. The constant need for caution, watching your words and actions, can be exhausting. Yet, the thrill of witnessing a hidden world is undeniable. Every moment is a discovery, a song, a parade rehearsal, a new flavor. Over time, empathy grows. You see individuals, not just a system, a father's smile, students laughing, a guide's pride. These moments humanize the experience. The emotional landscape is complex. Awe, sadness, admiration, and unease coexist. You're forced to hold conflicting ideas at once. The real challenge is navigating your own reactions. North Korea defies easy answers, demanding reflection. The journey changes not just your view of the country, but of yourself. Leaving North Korea is jarring. The return to neon lights and noise feels surreal. The real journey begins with reflection, not the border crossing. It's easy to focus on the strangeness, but the challenge is to see the people behind the politics. I left with a sense of the gap between image and reality. North Korea is often seen as a caricature, but I found warmth and hospitality. Compassion is key. Try to understand, not just judge. Empathy isn't endorsement, it's recognizing shared humanity. Be curious, read, listen, and learn about this enigmatic nation. The world is complex, and North Korea is one of its most mysterious chapters. By approaching it with openness, we build fragile bridges of understanding. In a divided world, those bridges matter more than ever.